Hello and welcome. Today is not Friday, the first day of July 2022. My name is Derek and welcome to the Money Charts channel. Well, it's nice to see these markets calmer, and I know, unfortunately, I don't know, I'm not getting current data, but as far as Bitcoin's concerned, it's up like over a percent. Only down 30% from its highs from March. Gold only losing 4%, so it's good to see the lower moves there. I mean, it's been wild, of course, and only down 22% from its all time highs. Silver only lost 9% today, which wasn't that much. So, still, we're considering where we are. The volatility, I mean, it's got to stop, but during this current monetary shift we're having, it ain't going to stop anytime soon. Now, the Federal Reserve may say stuff soon, but it's getting to the point where nobody gives a shit about what they say and do, which is reflected in all the world prices. As I'm looking at inflation. Right now, year-to-year inflation is set to skyrocket. Now it's at like 477%. And we can see it's been hurting a lot of people. With the month of June, 82% and 35% in the month of May. And then remember way back when the Bitcoin to silver ratio, rather. We'll get to that in another video, the Bitcoin and the gold stuff and all that stuff. But Bitcoin and silver, back when I mean, so awesome. Oh, I got it. Bitcoin and getting 448 ounces. I mean, and of course it was even higher than that before. But I have got the new charts available, so let's take a look at it from this point. So here we go. And I know I got no dates on here, and of course back before it was well over 1,000. As early as 2020. And of course, that's when the Bitcoin market. I mean, silver was doing well too, but Bitcoin was just screaming. You enter into those large levels in which they did. But ever since silver got on the blockchain and gold, we've seen, and of course, that we got days where, oh, silver loses 70% in a day and we can take it because it doubles and triples in single days. That's the volatility that has been going on, of course, over the last several days and months and years. Well, months and really. And an ending story at this time, and going back to reality, as it is actually the 6th day of October 2019 as I'm doing this video, and no, there's not anything weird or screwed up, although it's a messed up world that we live in. So, the type of predictions in which I think are going to happen are going to be wild. I've done, just for fun, over what the next 1,000 days would look like. And this is what I think the ratio would look like, maybe, of Bitcoin and silver. Where it gets to the stage where if you got a Bitcoin, you're only going to get a few ounces of silver. Are we going to go down this one number? Well, maybe. But again, this is just what I'm thinking would happen. Now, this doesn't mean Bitcoin crashes. In fact, quite the opposite. Bitcoin would be at all-time highs. And so for me to say that these levels are possible, that might be far-fetched. And I'm definitely hoping that it would take more than 1,000 days for the type of stuff that I'm going to be talking about that would make these events take place, because in order for us to have situations where, oh, we have a ratio go like it's like 1,500 down to like 3, or for silver to overperform Bitcoin by several hundred times in just like a couple year period is what this would be. Well, a lot of things have to go down. I'm going to be talking about over the next little while on how I predict all these charts. It's going to be Bitcoin versus the dollar, what I think is going to happen, silver versus the dollar, gold versus the dollar, Bitcoin versus that of gold. This is silver versus gold, and of course the gold to silver ratio. I got that one working very, very volatile as well. And I think that's going to happen. We're going to have some extreme volatile moments. The volatility that the silver market has never seen before. And it's seen a lot during the 1970s. Now, when that comes into play, I hope it's 2024, 2026 or whatever, much later. It could be next year, but I decided 2022. And it'll be more clear about these charts when I go over them, because All you're seeing is just a bunch of lines on a blue screen, and that's it from some guy's imagination. If I did this in a spreadsheet, this is Bitcoin Gold, but not the chart. This chart is a sneak peek of what the gold to silver ratio, what I predict it's going to do. And I'm going to talk about that later as well, where what I think is interesting about this, let me just make this a bit bigger so we can see the chart nicer. Is that I think gold's going to start this everything off. Meaning, I wouldn't be surprised if the gold to silver ratio does go higher. Now, as I've been talking about, it looks like maybe in the short run, as we're moving in, that it's reverting and it's going to go down, which would be maybe the case over here. We can see this is the amount of days, and here, let me make sure you can see that. Push the wrong button. This is what I wanted to push. And even then, this is the amount of days on the bottom. So the first run that I think happens when gold breaks nicely into the several thousands, which is what this would be gold doing better than silver. But then, this is what I'm going to be talking about later. I wouldn't be surprised if events like this are to take place, where you could see something like the ratio fall to this type of degree. Literally, I'll go up to like 120 something here. That's where I wouldn't be surprised if it does. And even 160, 170 is doing this exercise. I'm thinking that could be realistic too, but we'll see if that happens either way. I'm going to say no, but. And then a fall here to like 6, rally up quickly to like 40, and then down to like in here, that's just choppy type of movements. So starting Monday, and I'm going to go through the rest of them. Again, it'll be or Bitcoin, silver, and gold, just for fun. And have yourself a great day. Bye bye.